Good afternoon, everyone. Next Generation Weather Forecaster Joe Shaka here at stormchaserjs.com. Taking a look here at what is a very, very challenging forecast given the guidance I just saw from the European, which I did include in today's video just to show you the amount of spread that we do have within the models within about 36 hours of the event. So let's start off here with the NAM, the 12Z run of the NAM, and now that we have the time change, we have to wait an extra hour for the NAM to come out, so that will be... Yeah, it actually comes out right around now, 3:45, so next hour we'll have the new forecast from the 18Z NAM. But for the video here, here's the 12Z NAM. Early Tuesday morning, you can see 972 millibars south and east of the benchmark. You can see heavy snow starting to move into the region. 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, you can see, I'm actually surprised I said 8 a.m. because before the time change, 12Z is 7 a.m. and now 12Z is 8 a.m. So, hey, that's pretty good. I didn't mess up there. But here I am at least, with the NAM at 8 a.m. and you can see where it has it. It has it 69 west, just, I don't know, 39.5 north, and again, very heavy snow coming into southern New England here Tuesday morning. Here we are late Tuesday morning, as you can see, still south and east of the benchmark, which is again 70 west, 40 north, but very heavy snow still getting into southern New England with this kind of a track. And then Tuesday afternoon, you can see what it looks like there. Tuesday evening as the storm begins to pull away. And note how deep it is too, 967 millibars, upper 960. So this is going to be a very, very strong storm with some very, very strong wind coming on the backside. Maybe even some blizzard conditions, if not blizzard warnings, come out if this forecast were to verify over the next day or so. And then Tuesday evening it begins to pull away. Here is the snowfall from the NAM. Let me try to zoom in here so you can see how much snow the model is putting out. You can see here a large area of 15 to 25 inches of snow across southern New England here, and this is a standard 10-to-1 ratio that the model uses, the forecast, so temperatures are going to be in the mid and upper 20s with this falling down. So if we can get enough moisture, the model's putting out 1 to 2 inches of rain, if this would all be rain. So, I mean, if we can get 1 to 2 inches of precipitation that falls in the 25 to 30 degree air, I mean, you could get upwards of 30 inches of snow out of this. That's certainly on the table if there's enough moisture to work with, and the temperatures are that cool. 30 inches of snow would not be out of the question in the east and southern New England if, again, that kind of a track and precipitation were to come true and verify. Here we are now looking at the high-res NAM. You can see here Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you can see pretty similar situation. I guess you want to argue this is a little further east in the NAM, but the 60 run was back over here, so I don't know, there may be some low fighting around in here, but again, this would be a very, very high impact storm, despite it being so far off to the east. This is, what's that, 60, yeah, this is 66 west, 40 north, so I mean, this is pretty far to the east. I don't know, maybe a couple hundred miles or so to the east, so if it does get even closer to the benchmark, obviously the impacts will be greater, but the NAM at that kind of distance to the east, that gives a substantial snowstorm still, being that kind of far away from the coast, because it's such a big system overall. And here the wind gusts, you can see 40 to 50 miles an hour. The simulated radar, again, very heavy snow, even getting pulled into New York State here with the upper low feature, so even if it does track further out, I mean, this could still really be a problem. And if it tracks further in, then it's a real problem. And again, look at the model, for the love of God. 15 to 20 inches, 25, 30 inches of snow, with the storm being several hundred miles away from the benchmark at least. So, and again, this is 10-to-1 ratio. And temperatures here are modeled in the mid and upper 20s. You put an inch or two of liquid again into this kind of air mass, you may even get 1.5 times as much. So maybe 30, 35 inches of snow if this can be realized in through here. So this has the potential to produce a lot of snow. The question is, how much snow can get, if you will, precipitation gets thrown back, and how the track, all of this is going to work. And it's really, really interesting. And the European, again, is not making it any easier with the European cutting the snowfall way down. Here's a GFS ensemble. You can see, I don't know, this is probably about 67 west, 40 north. So again, it's a little further off to the east than the other runs. Here is the European ensemble for the afternoon. You can see a lot of members at 65 west. There's a couple hanging back here. Here's the close-up shot. You can see 65, 66 west. That's where the high-res NAM, again, remember, has it. And so, I mean, there's not even one member, or barely one member, if you will, at the benchmark. So, will the European be right, or will the high-res guidance be right? Which I'll show you in just a couple seconds here. I got some other in-house high-res data I like to use. And will we be right with the track and maybe even a heavier snowfall than what's being modeled? Here's the European ensemble. You can see By Tuesday evening, this area here in purple is 6 or more, and then you can still see here in southeast Mass, there is an area of, I don't know, 10, 11 inches, and that's an ensemble mean of all 51 members. So, again, with this thing being like so far out, this is still a decent shot, but not as bad as it could be if the high-res Canadian comes to fruition. High-res Canadian, 966 millibar low, 70 west, moving north-northeast at some point later on the day. This is 8 a.m. Tuesday. It will be going over the benchmark. It will be giving us tremendous snow and wind. Again, there's what the wind looks like at 8 a.m. Tuesday morning if the high-res Canadian, this solution is correct. And finally, I believe this is the last one. Yes, it is. This is what the snowfall could look like on the ground, how much snow could fall by 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. If the high-res Canadian is right, you can see a large area there, 10 to 20 inches of snow. So again, it's an interesting situation. Will the Euro be right with further out, less impacts, or will the high-res be correct, closer in, more impacts? And again, we have the new guidance coming out this afternoon, so more changes are certainly on the table. But as of now, be prepared for at least a few inches of snow, if not a whole lot more. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.